Now it's my pleasure to announce my very good friend, Eera Rasne. Eera is 12 years old and lives in Westford, Massachusetts. She is in 7th grade and goes to Blanchard Middle School. She goes to Leah School of Performing Arts. I hope I pronounced that right. And she learns Bharatanatyam. She enjoys skiing, swimming, dancing, and some of her hobbies are camping and skiing. When she grows up, she wants to be in the CIA. Can I please have a round of applause for my awesome friend and childhood friend, Eera?
First of all, can everyone hear me? And am I clear?
Yes.
Today, first of all, I would like to thank Ishita on her wonderful speech on fast food. I certainly won't be ordering a burger anytime soon. Today, I will be talking about a topic that affects 1 in every 70 people, autism. And today, all you've heard so far are jolly happy speech topics, and I'm sorry to say this one is kind of sad. Autism, I'll be talking about what autism is, how autism is caused in people, what it feels like to have autism, the good stuff about autism, and finally, what you can do to help. So, what is autism? Autism is a disorder. It's sometimes called autism spectrum disorder. It happens in early childhood, and if you have it, you are with it for your whole entire life. So far, scientists have found no cure. If you have autism, you have trouble in forming relationships and communicating with people. So now that I've gone over what autism is, how is it caused in people? Not long ago, scientists actually didn't know the answer to this question. But today, with our advanced technology, they have a vague sense of what it is, or how it is caused, sorry. It is caused by a gene malfunction or brain disorder. And that is basically all what scientists have. Research in the medical field is very expensive, so they can't actually afford to look for more. And the thing about autism is that it actually varies. Some people might have a low level of autism, and it's barely diagnosed, and they can do normal things like we do, like go to school and go to college and live a basically normal life. Others will have to live in assisted care for the rest of their lives. So, now that you know how autism is caused, let's find out what it feels like to have autism. Ever since I was in kindergarten, my teachers always told me, step into someone else's shoes. Of course, when I was in kindergarten, I thought that literally meant taking off my own shoes and stepping into someone else's. But I know now that that's not true. And I thank my teachers today because that is a very useful skill. Now I truly can understand what people with autism have to suffer through every single day. So what does it feel like? Imagine you're in a dark, crowded, and foreign city at night. You kind of understand the language, but only a little bit, and you don't understand words and phrases. You want to express the need for help, but you're not able to. And that is the main problem. You want to ask for help, but you don't know how. Everything is loud. The screech of the bus brakes might not sound like much to us. We hear it every single day. It's normal. But to them, it's almost like torture. Also, the dripping of the water faucet, you might not even notice it yet. Or the ticking of the clock, do you guys notice it? It's right there. Do you guys hear it? You don't. But with people who have autism, they can hear it. Everything is really loud to them. Also patterns, like the one on the floor. Does this jump out at you anyway? Did you even notice that it was in a pattern? Probably not. People with autism, they know that it's there. People with autism have trouble in making sense of the world. They don't understand why things happen in the way they do. Like, suppose your parents usually come home at 5 o'clock, and then one day they come home at 5:05. Big deal, who cares? It doesn't make a difference. But for people with autism, they like routines. This happens, then the next thing happens, then the next thing happens right on time. And nothing should change. That is how they feel. Today, I've only talked about the bad parts about autism, but there honestly are some good things. Many famous people have had autism, such as Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Tim Burton, and many more. If I told you the whole list, we'd be here for days, and I'm sure you guys all want to go home soon. Another good thing about autism is that they can calculate complex numbers in your brains. Sometimes 10-digit multiplications by 10 digits. That's a lot. There are many books and movies about people who have autism. One of them is called The Rain Man. It is about someone who is autistic, and it is based on a real person and partly true story. Another book is Rules by Cynthia Lord. It is a young adult book, and it is very good. That is one of the reasons why I was inspired to talk about this very important topic today. So what can you do to help people with autism? You might think, well, there's no cure for autism, so if I did have to pay money, where would it go? What would it do? But there are actually many foundations, such as the Nancy Lori Marks Foundation and the Adam Sklandler Foundation, and there are actually many schools for kids who have autism, and you'd be surprised at actually how many there are. And these schools can help kids with autism try and make sense of the world around them, and maybe they can do simple things and learn that sometimes things don't happen on time, and that's okay. Also, like I said before, research in the medical field is very expensive. But if everyone donated just a little bit, then maybe they could find a cure for people who have autism. It's entirely possible. Or maybe they can find out how it gets started better, like how it's caused, and they can try and prevent it in other children, especially those who have a family history, because then you're at more of a risk. So, in conclusion, today I talked about what autism is, how autism is caused in a person, what it feels like to have autism, the good things about autism, and what you can do to help. But before I leave, I want you to close your eyes. You probably have a nice house with a nice family, and you have a nice job, or you go to a nice school, and you have nice brothers and sisters, and you have legs, and you're able to do anything that you want. You can achieve basically anything. But people with autism, they can't necessarily do that as easily. So before you take something for granted or complain about having to go to school or doing your homework or having to use computers, just think about that again. Rethink it. I hope that you will help in supporting this very important cause. Thank you so much for listening to us.